Do you know that you can get 800 gig with as low as 30,000 naira? Does that shock you? I know the next question in your mind right now is, how can I get it? Please don't worry. If you can watch this video to the end, you will definitely have an answer. If this is your first time seeing me, my name is Genesis Waba, the International Asset. As you are watching this video, I want you to like it, share it, and tell me what is in your mind on the comment section. This video is specifically made for people that are making money on the internet, such as forex traders, content creators, gamer, or whether you are running a cafe or you are into crypto. However, even if you did not fall into these categories, but yet you spend at least 2,500 naira in a month on a data, you will definitely benefit from this video. Now, let's get to business. Do you know that buying bulk data is cheaper compared to buying it in small quantity? For example, currently 800 gig on MTN network costs 125,000 naira. If you divide it by 800, you will get about 156, which is very cheap. But then this same 1 gig, for instance, if you are to buy it, you will spend between 600 and 800 naira to get it. This is to tell you that buying bulk data is cheaper compared to buying it in small quantity. Here is how buying this yearly data work. First, you will have the liberty to share 20% from it. Second, you have the liberty to share the maximum of 5 gig in a day. And lastly, you can be able to share it 10 times in a month. To put it in a proper perspective, let's say you buy 800 gig on MTN. It means you can be able to share 160 from the 800 gig, which is the 20%. Then you can be sending the maximum of 5 gig in a day. You can't exceed that amount in a day. Then in a month, you can only send it 10 times. Now, the way you can benefit from this is in this aspect. I will use MTN as an example because that is the network that I'm using. But whichever network you are using, you can make the same calculation and arrive at the same answer. I need 125,000 naira to buy 800 gig on MTN. But then MTN now say I have the liberty to share 20% from it, which is 160 gig. What you should do is this: sell the 160 gig from the 800 gig that you have bought with 125,000 naira. Let's say I sell it at the rate of 600. It means I will end up having 96,000 naira if I can sell the 160 gig completely at the rate of 600. If you remove the 96,000 from the 125,000 naira, you will have 29,000. What that means is that you have spent 29,000 naira to get 640 gig, because initially you have sell 160 from the 800. So this is how this thing works. So at the end of the day, you have not spent much, but you have enough data for you to spend for the rest of the year. If you are to sell it, this is my advice to you. If you are to sell it quicker, don't go and be selling 1 gig or 500 gig MB to people. No. What you should be doing is look for people that will buy 5 gig, for instance. If you are to sell it 600 naira, then look for the people that will buy the 5 gig, then sell it to them. If you sell it 10 times in a month, that means you have sold 50 gig. So in like 3 months, you'll be able to sell all the 160 gig that you have. And you see, within short time, you have already sold it. But then, if you have enough time to be selling it, then you can be selling the 1 gig and the rest, since you have a whole year for you to be able to sell this data. What I'm telling you is something that I did in practice, not just in theory. Last year, February, I bought 1 terabyte with just 100,000 naira. And I was able to sell 200 gig because I have the liberty to sell the 20%, which is 200 gig. Even though I didn't sell all of them with money, like some of them I just give it out for free, but I was able to make more than 50,000 naira from it, which means I spent just 50,000 naira to get the data that I've reached this year, February. It was yesterday, 16th of February, that this data expired. And now, today, I will buy 800 gig with 125,000 naira. And I will show you, I will do a screen record on how I buy it. If you are using MTN, you can follow the same procedure, or you can choose any method that you want to use. But then, at the end of the day, the best thing is make sure you are not spending much. Using this percentage to be able to recover some part of your money, that is the main strategy here. I don't want you to just spend money without having it. And the best part is, if you are someone that is doing POS, you can even enjoy in it, because you can sell not just at 600 naira, but you can sell even at 800, and people will still buy it. At the end of the day, you will even end up making profit. And upon that profit, you still have enough data to spend for the rest of the year. But even if you are not running POS, as a content creator or forex trader, you will have enough internet connectivity without any delay, with enough data. That is the main point here. So let me show you how I will buy for this year. And the craziest part is this: I will still have rollover, because I was not able to finish the whole data in this whole year. I have more than 150 that is left. And if I buy this 800 gig, they will still give me that one as a rollover. And I will continue using it till next year, because the expiry date will follow the one I will buy today. So just watch me while I buy 800 gig right now for you to see. I'm going to buy the data right now so that you can see. Since I'm using MTN, I'm going to use my MTN app. As you can see, I have just 0 MB. And below you, if you look at it, you see they say no active data. Buy a bundle to enable rollover. The rollover that I have talked about in the video. The 125,000 naira, I've already deposited it on my Momo account. So I will use my Momo account to buy this. So even if you are not using Momo, you can use other methods for you to buy this data. I will go for yearly plan. As you can see here, it's valid for 365 days. Now you can pay with airtime, but I'm going to pay with Momo payment service bank. If you have cards or you have other, you can use bank transfer and the rest. But since I've already deposited the money in my Momo account, I'm going to use Momo. So you see, I have successfully bought the 800 gig yearly plan, and every detail is written here. You can read it for yourself. Now look at something here. Do you see the balance here now? It's greater than 800, because I told you initially they have wrote something here which I've read it to you. They say no active data. Buy bundle and you will get rollover. So I've already get the rollover, which means initially the data that expired yesterday was 169 gig. So you see how this one is very good and excellent. So this is how I do my own. Check for your own network and follow any procedure that is available for you. If you are using MTN, you can follow the same procedure that I have just used. But if you are using other network, do well to check the details on how you can run it in their own network. But then the same thing as I said earlier, the procedure and everything I've explained, that is what I will still use. I will sell the data and make money on it. Some of you might be thinking, to who or where can I sell the data? There's no problem. You can start with your family and friends. You can start with your maybe roommates or your classmates. This is where you have to start this thing, so that through them you can be able to recover some of the money that you have spent on buying this data. And at the end of the day, you will have huge data without spending much money. And this is how I did mine last year. This is how I still do mine. And continuously, I will be implementing this until when I reach the level where the 1 terabyte or 800 gig will not be enough for me. But now, this 800 gig is too much for me to spend in a year. And this is the main reason why selling it is the best advantage for me. But let's say if I can spend it, then it means I will be making money with it. So follow the same procedure and do your own. Remember this, life is a business. Whoever does not engage in business will not find fulfillment. Don't forget this. I want you to share this video once again to family and friends so that they can benefit. Thank you. Bye.